Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
Hi there, Loy Machedo. Speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo? Think Personal Branding. Okay, I just want to share this rather. Okay, the right word to say for this is it was a really touching incident. Okay, what had happened was I took my baby girl. With me and my wife. We had to do some shopping. So we went to this, $1, not $1. It's not dollar. It's like this cheap, thrifty store where everything is cheap. Okay. If we can buy something at a lower price, we always turn to buy it. So we went there. My daughter, as usual, whenever she sees a store with a lot of colorful things on it, she runs inside and she always likes to go in the toy section of the store. So I went my area where I wanted to buy something, screwdrivers and whatever. My wife went to purchase some, towels and whatever, and tissue that she needed for the house, tissue boxes. My baby went into the toy section where all girly toys and all the toys are there. Okay. So as we were there, no sooner we went there, I got what I wanted, and there my daughter had made friends with a small little girl. Obviously, my daughter is slightly taller. This small girl was slightly shorter. And right off the bat, I could make out this girl was a poor girl. She was not rich. You can obviously make out. It's obvious from the way they dress, and she is poor. And my wife told me later, and I suspected she's from Laos, Cambodia. Those people from near Thailand, and obviously must have been some worker who's working on the streets. They either clean the garbage, or they work in fields, or they cut this thing, or they're cleaners or laborers in construction, whatever. So my daughter and this small girl, they were together, and obviously my daughter had pulled an expensive toy. She has a bundle of these, like, the same stuff, like a bucket where you can play with the sand, all this plastic. You can make a castle and all that, colorful. It has pink and yellow and all this colorful stuff. So it looked very colorful. She was holding it. Well, this baby, on the other hand, she was not holding any toy, but the minute she saw that with my daughter, they were talking in their baby language, and my daughter gave her a toy. Okay, and then obviously, because she gave her one, she proceeded to take another one. So now my daughter has one toy, this girl has another toy. So as they were there, I was looking at her from afar. They were talking in their baby language, gulu, lulu, something. I never understood anything. I'm sure nobody understood. They understood. That time, I think her father came. Her father came and saw that object, which I told you is around $3. It was less than $3, but as soon as he saw it, and the price tag is there, he said, no, keep it. And then the daughter said, no, I want it. And okay. And my daughter was like, let her have it. So the father said no. And the baby started to be sad, and you could make out the baby was sad. And he carried the baby, and he showed her what he bought for her. He bought for her, basically, just shoes, plastic gum boots, which they wear when it's raining, because, it's a rainy season. And he bought one small dress. Okay. So he bought this. Obviously, the baby doesn't want boots. The baby doesn't want a dress. The baby wanted the toy. But the father kind of calmed her down, and he took her. So my daughter was now left without a friend. And the toy was there. And my daughter followed him and saying, nee, means you forgot your toy. The father said, no. And then the father went to the cash counter. I saw that. I immediately went, and I took that toy, which was kept there. I went there, and I came towards the counter as the father was paying. He had a small bucket, him and his wife, with, dishwasher stuff and all that. Okay. So as they were standing there, I immediately had to wait for my turn. So he was before me. So I told my wifey, I called my wife. So as he was paying everything, he paid for everything. And then immediately after him, I made sure that I paid for this. And they were leaving. I stopped them. And you could make out the baby says the baby was still stretching out a hand, pointing at the toy. She wanted the toy. And she was sad. You could make out she was clearly sad. No matter what the father was showing her, she wanted that toy. And, the baby's eyes you can make out. So I told my wife, tell them to stop. I purchased the toy and I gave it to her. Okay. No sooner I gave it to the baby, her face brightened up. And I requested the father if I could take a photograph, and which I've already shared with you. Okay. Now, why am I sharing this with you? The reason I'm sharing this with you is because, see, today, me as a father, me as, a YouTuber, whatever, who's earning money, as you would say, like someone who's been in Dubai, who has education or whatever, or luck, I'm able to earn good money per hour. Okay. But that man and his child, fortunately or unfortunately, it's he earns what I would earn in 1 hour. Maybe he earns in 1 month or 2 months, both him and his wife. So obviously he can't afford it. Now that baby doesn't know that. All the baby knows is this toy makes her happy. And given the fact that my baby can get these easily, she doesn't know the value of pain and suffering. So when my baby had the opportunity to have a toy, but here was a friend or whatever, she couldn't, it got to me. Because when I was small, me as a small boy, whenever I would see other children have big toys, my heart would break. Deep down, I would be very sad. Unfortunately, the parents that I had, even though they had money, they were not poor. They used to always tell me no money. And when you tell a kid no money, what can the kid do? I would just stand there with sad eyes, with a sad heart, see the other child get the gift that he wanted. And you know what I wanted when I was a small boy? That compass box with the pencils in that, and Japanese compass box, I had a button where this compartment would open, you press another button, this compartment open, you press, and then the magnet would open, and then you can open the compass box. I wanted that always. And then when you press pencils, there's a compartment for that. I always wanted that. My mother and father never bought it for me. And by the time I grew up, obviously you forget that. But it always remained in my head. The fact that I still remember it shows that how much it meant me. I wanted He-Man. I don't know if you know what is He-Man. He-Man on those toys, muscled toys. I always wanted that. My parents never bought that for me. So I passed through a childhood with all these memories haunting me. Lucky for my daughter, I can buy her all these things. But I told my wife, one day if I die, what will you do? Like, my child can come with me and buy 7-Eleven, any chocolate she wants, any sweet she likes, any juice she likes. I have been able to provide her with the best iPad, not one, maybe 2 or 3, the best whatever, in my limited capacity. But I want to make sure that she doesn't get spoiled. But then when I look at these other children now, who want a chocolate, who want a juice or a chips, it kind of breaks my heart, okay? I would just request you, okay? I don't know who you are, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you're already doing it. But we don't need to talk about it. But since this is a channel where I speak my heart out, my only request to you is, if anytime you see a child, small baby, whether it's a department store, whether it is a cafeteria, a supermarket, I'm not expecting you to buy a cycle. Nobody, that's crazy. I'm not saying go buy a very expensive thing, a dollhouse or the thing. If you see the child want a chocolate or something, now just I don't know whether I should be even telling you this. sincerely, my apologies if you're like, hey man, who the hell are you to say? It's just that I have been through so much as a small child that whenever I see a small little baby standing there who wants a chocolate, who wants a juice, who wants a chips, or a packet of crisps or whatever, or a toy, I remember that small boy in me, and I can never forget that. That's why whenever my daughter says she wants a book to read, you see all these books now. This is because of the years and years that my parents didn't allow me to buy a book. They used to tear the book even if I would buy it secondhand. That's why today, not only this, I have a library outside. It's too many books. So all I would tell you is through this video, if you see any small child, small baby, and you can do anything to bring a smile, don't miss that opportunity. Don't miss that blessing. That baby obviously was scared of my face. But to see that small baby smile, I kind of felt that Loy, who was small, I was able to make him smile. So, yeah, just wanted to share this with you guys. So if you see tomorrow a small baby anywhere, so you can buy them a juice or something. But obviously, just be careful. Someone else's daughter or son or whatever. Maybe you can ask your wife. That's why whenever I have to give a child anything, I always ask my wife. And I'm telling you this. It's not just me. There are quite a number of people who do that. Quite a number of people who do this. But I just felt like sharing with you because it brought joy to my heart. So just something I wanted to share. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Good, bad, ugly, whatever you want to say. I appreciate. And yeah, it feels nice to know I can make a few small babies smile. Children. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share. This is me signing off. You guys take care.